we are very fortunate today. We've got 4 industry leaders here to impart their knowledge on the market, on brokerage, what they're seeing going forward in 2011. This is a very informal process. This is question and answer. So if you have a question, speak up. Obviously, we're taping this today, so be mindful of the camera. And without further ado, I'm going to have each of the panelists introduce themselves, go through what they do, where they work, and just a brief background on what they're here for. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. My name is T.R. Gregory. I'm with Regency Centers here in downtown Los Angeles. Regency is a retail developer, investor, publicly traded. We're based in Jacksonville, Florida. All we do is retail. I'm not smart enough to do industrial and office like some of the panelists. Been around for a long time. Family originated, and family is still very involved with the business. We own about 50 million square feet of primarily a neighborhood shopping center nationwide, spread out pretty evenly between major markets throughout the country. And my role is sourcing acquisition opportunities for the company. We have a pretty big appetite. We're trying to put out about $1 billion in capital over the next 2 years or so. And my role is to identify those opportunities up and down the West Coast. So I handle Seattle and San Diego. And our focus is primarily in the major metropolitan areas, trying to stay coastal and grocer, drug-anchored neighborhood type product, as well as larger community and power center formats.
My name is Jeff Fuller. Thank you all for the invite. I really appreciate it. I'm with the Baskin Group out of Irvine. We specialize in multifamily acquisitions. We don't do any new construction. We only buy existing apartment communities. Right now we have about 33,000 units throughout the country in about 11 different states, heavily West Coast focused with the kind of Denver, Texas West. And my role there is acquisitions. I'm responsible for sourcing new deals, financing, due diligence, putting debt and equity together for the acquisitions, and once the property is repositioned, also the disposition of the asset as well, once the business plan is done. And we focus on deals 50 units and larger. We have 50-unit apartments through 1,500-unit apartments, and everything between 1960s, 70s product through new construction, really a broad range. And kind of the overall focus for us has always been distressed or value-add repositioning, where we can come in, even if it's Class A, there's something wrong with it, whether it's operational, physical, market, or a combination of the three, where we can add value through our hold period on that.
My name is Scott Reckner. I'm with Ames Property Corporation. We're a global industrial real estate investment trust. I'm a former Colliers alumni as well, back in the 90s. I oversee approximately 25 million square feet of real estate along with my partner, Rob Antrovius, who is a Colliers alumnus as well. So my primary role is on the leasing and marketing side, keeping our buildings full, utilizing the brokerage community to help do that. We have about 125 million square feet globally, and we are primarily focused on cargo markets. Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, New Jersey. We're in Singapore, China, Tokyo, Amsterdam, etc. And we try and be close to seaports and airports.
Hi, my name is Jim Patton, and I'm with the Newmark Merrill Companies, and I think just take whatever TR said and take about 10% of that, and that's my company. We do strictly shopping centers, and we have about 70 shopping centers that we control, strictly Southern California down to San Diego. And I say control because we do third-party management as well. And we own, of the 70 that we control, we own probably about half of those. So I think the one thing that differentiates us from TR's company is that we do third-party management. He also doesn't pay commissions too. I don't know if he told you that.
Let's keep it civil.
It's a little secret in the So we're strictly shopping centers. We do value add. We can go small to about $4 million, up to about $50 million. That's our strike zone. Neighborhood shopping centers, areas like Santa Ana, Norwalk, Canoga Park, those are really good areas for us. We really like the infill Hispanic areas. If I had a choice, that I'd buy up and down the 710, 605 corridor all day. These days, I think the last 2 years, we're primarily a development and acquisition company, and we've done third-party management I've been with the company 18 years, and we've done it for the full 18 years. The last 2 years, we've been almost a management company that dabbles in acquisition and development. That's just how we're, paying the bills and keeping the lights on these days, although I think the market is coming back, and we just purchased our first shopping center out in Arvada, Colorado. We just closed on that about 3 weeks ago. So we have California, Colorado, and Chicago. Those are the 3 markets we concentrate in. And I think I play fantasy football with your partner's brother, Mark Anthropius.
Yes.
I just discovered that this morning. Anyway, so that's the Newmark Merrill companies. And I thank you for having me today.
Would you guys mind just giving a brief overview of what you see in your business right now, and maybe some broader strokes in the market, and maybe talk about what you see happening in the next 6 to 12 months? Anyone can start.
I'll go first. No secret that the economy has been rotten, and that impacts retail significantly, because we're 100% driven by consumer confidence and consumer spending. We're not leasing space. Our tenants are not selling product if the economy is in the tank, which it has been. However, I think that we're turning the corner. Our fundamentals are definitely improving. Our leasing volumes, our tenant sales volumes, our NOI growth is all showing excellent improvement. So we're real optimistic. Is it going to turn around overnight? Definitely not. We're in for a long, slow recovery. But the good news is that we feel like we've hit the bottom, and we're starting to claw our way back. As a company, we've been fortunate to be conservative. Sometimes it's frustrating when we pass on deals that we like because it's outside of our comfort zone maybe. But in a down market like we've been in, that's paid dividends. We've survived and are situated to thrive as a result of being conservative over the course of our history. So where are we right now? We've been kind of on the sidelines for the last 1.5 years, waiting for opportunities and sort of keeping our powder dry, as they say. We're very liquid. I mentioned we have about $1 billion to put out of ours in our partners' capital, and we're hungry to do that. So we're really working hard trying to get the word out that we're a buyer, going after opportunities, and we anticipate 2010 has been a vast improvement over 2009, which is not saying much because 2009 was basically non-existent in terms of transaction volume. 2010, I'm real busy right now looking at a lot of deals. I think 2011 is going to be even more so. So we're optimistic. I think next year is going to be an exciting year in the business. We're all here because we survived a really tough time in our industry, and I think that says a lot about the character of the people in the room. So it's a great time to be in this business because it's going to be a nice slope going forward from here.
As far as the apartment sector goes, we definitely think 2009 was the worst. We think that was the bottom. 2010 is, from what we've seen operationally, has flattened, with some increases depending on which market we're in. 2009, as far as transactions goes, even in the apartment side, it's just a staring contest. Nobody was really doing anything. And we didn't buy anything in 2009. The type of properties or the type of opportunities we're seeing now has definitely changed. I mean, this year we've purchased a foreclosure, we've purchased a deal out of receivership, and we've done a note purchase instead of just a standard buying it from a distressed seller who's still actually making money on their sale. That whole dynamic has changed, but we're very excited about the rest of 2010 going forward, 2011. It's no secret we're very fortunate in apartments that we have great access to financing, which isn't always available for other product types, and with the agencies and HUD providing a ton of financing for that. But the number of debt and equity sources is definitely expanding very rapidly. We're seeing a lot of new bridge lenders come out. Life companies are back in the market very aggressively.